Rob Stone, 2 damn phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
Welcome to B-MoneyTrading. I wasn't going to do a video this morning, but I felt it necessary, and I'll tell you why here in a second. So where I'm at is I added to my account $154. I wasn't going to add any more till Friday, and that was the deal. I was going to add no more than 100 to 200 on payday, but this was a great opportunity to accumulate, and so I added 2 shares onto I. If it loads up quickly, and go ahead and pull it out. 2 shares at 26.20, which you can see I'm still down. I'm down on those 2 shares that added on, and I'm down on the trade overall. Not too concerned about it though, especially for the time of the year that we're at. And then I added 1 share onto TQQ, and I'm down on that trade. It's making up about a quarter of my portfolio. I'm not concerned about that, or I would be getting out of it. And you see I added 1 share at 50.71. I believe I added one to ACB. I think it's like $7. Yeah, $7. And so that might have been it. You can see here. Oh, and then I added one onto Carvana. So basically, I added on shares. I'm still up in this trade a little bit, not much, but added on, bought at 46.82. See, I'm down on it. On that 1 share I bought, I'm still up on the overall trade, but basically, so you see for today, I'm actually down about 4.5% right now. At one point, it's actually down a little over 5.5%. But I talked about the other day. ACB came out with earnings. Had good earnings, but still sold off. And people understand, just because it has good earnings or good revenue doesn't mean it's gonna go up in value. It has to do with the overall take that people see on the conference call and the direction that it's headed. And if people don't like the direction that it's headed, or not confident in the CEO or whoever's running it, then they're more reluctant to buy. Or there's other reasons as well, but that would be one of the deterrents or reasons why. So just to think that a company's beat its earnings, or had great revenue, that it's going to go up in value, it doesn't mean it's going to go up in value. And that's a common mistake that new traders make. I made it at one point, so don't feel like you're alone on that matter. But with that said, we can see here, and I talked about it last night, the SPY, and I looked for it to hold this 180-day EMA and continue to go up, and it wasn't able to hold it. And I said the next point of support, then that would be the 274 area. And so I even put it up on a Facebook trading group, that because people are freaking out. This guy put where's it at? The stock market is effed. Pardon my language. And no, it's not effed. It's just having pullback. I wasn't able to hold this support on the 180-day, and now it's pulling back, and it's holding this 274. And so I commented back to him, and basically what I said was, here we go. It's not that bad. Looking for SPY to hold 274 area, then start to bounce back. Accumulation phase. I'm down. At that point, I was down 5.5% for the day. It's not too worried. It's just a pullback. It's not Armageddon. This is the importance of diversifying your portfolio and sizing appropriately, managing risk and limiting your exposure. And this other guy said, "What do you mean?" Almost, he commented back to what I posted, said, "What do you mean almost everything is down?" And so I told him, almost everything cannot always stay up either. Depending on your trading strategy, this could be an opportunity or a catastrophe. In my case, it's an opportunity. I'm in the accumulation phase. I add some to my current positions, but leaving some in cash for another rainy day. It can't always be sunshine and rainbows, you know? And then, well, I'm say this is where small accounts with inexperienced, oversized traders and people trying to day trade on Robinhood get shaken out of their positions and take losses, and the experienced buy and add on to their positions as they continue to focus on risk more than profits and long-term trades. Keep in mind, when you lose money, someone else makes money, and vice versa. And that's so true. You tend to forget that. You know, if you're trying to sit here and day trade on Robinhood, the only other way you could have made money today is if you found an inverse ETF and like on oil or gold or something and traded it. And keep in mind, you're limited to 3-day trades. So after you use all 3 today, you're gonna have to wait till next Monday before you can do any more day trades. So you decide you're gonna do a swing trade. We get into swing trade and it starts tanking. Well, you're stuck in it until tomorrow. And so this is why I keep trying to put out there and let the new traders know that you're gonna have to have a strategy beyond day trading unless you have the minimum account balance of over 25,000 in order to be able to day trade. Because other than that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So with that, I just want to make that quick posting. It didn't end up doing what I thought it was going to do. I really thought that it would hold the 180-day EMA and we'd see it continue to go up, and instead it did the exact opposite. And so now people are getting shaken out of their positions, and people in the experience, the hedge funds, the banks, whatever, they're adding on, and so people are getting shaken out. They're going to sell, and then the market's going to start to recover either towards the end of the day or tomorrow, and the people that accumulated here are going to make profit, while the other ones that went too big, bought in at the wrong time, or dumped their whole account in. So keep in mind, now I have money put away, not just in my Robinhood, but I have money on the side, so that if such an event like this happens today, to where it has a good pullback like it has, then I'm not just stuck. I can add on to my positions. Now keep in mind that I'm only willing to take a certain amount of risk on my positions before I'm willing to, then I have to get out of them, but being down just a little bit is not, on my overall account, that's not very concerning to me. That or if you've been paying attention, last week at the start of the week I was down, and then in the middle of the week I was up like 170 something bucks, for that week. And so that's just how it goes. Can't always be, stocks can't always be going up. They have, in order for it to be a healthy market, it has to come down some. It can't just go up and up. There's always a bust after the boom, and vice versa. So that's what we're seeing today. And so a lot of people that are new are freaking out, and you can tell which ones are, and you can tell the strategies that they're using just by their comments on whatever trading groups you're reading on Facebook about the market being down. Somebody's making money today. Obviously it's not them, but somebody is. Now I'm down overall for the day, but like I said, that's not concerning. As you can see, it's coming back up. Now if I went too big and was holding this 1 or 2 positions, then obviously like this would have taken a major toll on my account, and at some point I would have had to have sold, and so I've gotten stomped out. And now it's coming back up, and I'm like, oh man, I just used 1 or 2 of my day trades, and now, and so then I get back in up here, and and then it goes down again, and so then I get out again. Better example would be, if you went all in at the market open, and it starts tanking and tanking, and so then you sell and take a loss, and then it starts to come back up. So then you say, oh, I'm gonna buy, and you buy in, and then it comes up, and then it start, what was it? And then you buy up here, and then it starts going down again. So now you take another loss. And now you just use 2 of your day trades. It's probably like, this graph is a horrible example. I probably need something better on a smaller time frame. Something like, this is on the SPY, but just say you're trading the SPY, and so you buy at market open, because you're day trading it, and then it starts to tank, and so then you take a loss and sell down here, and you see it's starting to come back up. So then you buy somewhere up here, and you're waiting for it, and then it starts tanking again. So you take another loss, and you just use 2 of your day trades. So what are you gonna do? And so anyhow, as you can see on the 5-minute, I looked on, and see, that's what people that are new don't realize, that people are looking at different time frames and are using different strategies. And so those that are doing like swing trade or whatever, they were looking at this 274 and waiting for it to hold. Once it broke this 180-day EMA, they were waiting for the 274 area to see if it held, and if it did, then they're going to start buying. And so people start buying, and you can see that now that this is what you have here. It dropped below the 274, and even the people at 274, they might have, they're accumulating, and they're saying, okay, if it gets to a certain point, if it gets to 272.50, then I'm gonna have to just go ahead and get out. And I was able to hold around the 273 area, and now it's coming back up. And so people have taken losses while other people are adding and looking for the longer term trade, and looking for the bigger term profit, and they've taken a lot less risk, and that's what a lot of common new traders tend to forget, that you need to focus more on risk and what you're risking versus the profit. And by weighing those two, then you can determine whether it's worth the trade or not. And if it's not, have enough discipline not to take the trade. And so as you can see, now I'm down, under 3.5%. At one point I was down 5.65%, $115. But because I'm diversified and the overall market was selling off, I wasn't worried about it, because it's the overall market. It's not just one stock that's taking my account. It's just the overall market doing what it needs to do. And so we're going into December. We're in the middle of November and looking towards December, and this is when I would expect to see the market really start to make its comeback. And so given the opportunity like today to add on, hopefully it starts doing better later today and tomorrow. And then if it has another pullback Wednesday, I may try to add on a little bit more, add like another $50 to the account or something. But overall, this is just part of trading, and the inexperienced trader has taken some losses today and is freaking out, and you can tell that they didn't have a game plan or strategy. And some of it's just that's what being new is going to do, is you're going to have to go through these times, take these losses, and realize where you went wrong. And the sooner you realize where you messed up, then the sooner you become likely to be a profitable trader. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Have a great day. I gotta start getting ready for work, so talk to y'all later. See y'all tonight. I'll post up where I ended the day at tonight when I get off work. See ya.